Hi, my name is Mitchell Condie, and today I'll be doing a Giving Voices to Values case concerning Gateway Hospital. In this case, there are two people, Troy and Kristen, who are the main people in the case. Troy and Kristen work for Gateway Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri, and they took a business trip to Orlando, Florida for a hospital administrators conference. Troy took advantage of this trip by having his family come with him for a family vacation. He knows that the hospital has some pretty strict reimbursement policies for expenses while serving on business, including the fact that they need to get receipts for each thing that they spend money on, and meals are only to be reimbursed when not covered under the conference meals, and that hotel nights are only to be reimbursed for nights actually stayed while at the conference. After they were at Walt Disney World and SeaWorld as a family, they ended up spending more money, Troy and his wife, than they planned to, and when they returned home, Troy's wife asked him if he wouldn't reimburse 3 extra meals and an extra night at the hotel. So Troy did. It was later on that Kristen was approached by Joyce, the head of accounting for the hospital, who asked if there was an issue with Troy's expense report because it seemed a little higher than normal and included an additional night that Kristen's did not. It would be normal for a hospital administrator to stay an extra night with extra meetings, but Kristen knew that this was not the case. She asked to decide how to respond to Joyce. I will be taking her perspective in the answering of the following questions. I have 4 questions to answer, and the first is, what are the main arguments you feel Troy would make and the reasons and rationalizations you need to address? I think the first thing that he would probably say is that he was traveling on business, and therefore he should be able to reimburse all of the expenses he incurred while there. He's frequently away from his family, and he sacrifices much time and many events with his family to do his job, and therefore the hospital would be helping him out a little bit for the sacrifices he makes. The other thing is that his wife simply asked him to. Because she asked him to, he would rather do it than have an issue at home. The second question to answer is, what is at stake for the key parties in this situation? I think the 2 main key parties are Kristen and Troy, but it also includes Joyce and Troy's wife. For Kristen, she has to deal with company policy as well as Troy. They have to do what is right, and they need to watch for their relationships. I think their relationship is definitely at stake because he is her supervisor. It could create an awkward situation. In fact, it already has. Troy's job could be at stake because he did something he wasn't supposed to according to company policy, and the hospital has to worry about its own finances and the integrity of its own employees. The third question is, what levers can you use to influence how Troy reacts to your position in this matter? Kristen can use company policy, appeals to personal integrity, and their friendship to appeal to Troy in this situation. Troy could be reminded that all employees have agreed to work and to live by the company's policy. You could appeal to his personal integrity to do what is right, and you could appeal to the fact that you're his friend and you want him to do what is good for him as well as for the company you both work for. The last question is, what is your most powerful and persuasive response to the reasons and rationalizations you need to address? To whom should the argument be made, and when and in what context? I think the most powerful and persuasive tool is telling the truth. I think by telling the truth, she would be able to help Troy and just to bring everything out in the clear and hopefully resolve the situation. I think she needs to speak with Joyce first because bringing in a third party may help to ease the tensions a little bit and not make it a conflict with Troy. And I think she needs to approach this situation with professionalism and the utmost integrity so that she can help those who surround her. I hope that this is a good answer to a giving voices to values case. Thank you. Bye.